and I am very excited about our next guest. He's in studio here, comedian, author, podcaster. There's probably 8 more things. Tom Papa is with us. Tom.
Hey, good to see you all again. Nice to be back.
Tom,
It's great to be talking to somebody named Tom.
Yeah, they're good people.
You know, I was looking at a chart recently.
Yeah.
And for over year, I always find this fascinating. We're at the 150-year low of Thomases being born.
Really?
So it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
Growing up, you meet someone named Ralph. You're like, you know that they're going to be much older than you.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of Seymours around.
Right.
Yeah.
There was only one Tom taken in the NFL draft. I looked that up. Tommy Eichenberg, the only one.
Right.
3 Xaviers, 4 Jadens.
A lot of Chads.
1 Tom. 2 Chads in there.
No Toms. Well, we'll make a comeback. We'll be back. It is a good name, though. Do people call you Tommy?
I was Tommy growing up.
Yeah.
In part to disambiguate from the 4 other Toms that were in my class at school.
Oh, in school.
But it was Tommy, and then I got to college and decided this is the time. I'm going to reinvent myself, and I just took off 2 letters.
That's good. They called me Tommy Salami because I was fat.
Oh, that's why. You got the Netflix is a joke comedy fest coming up on Friday. I consumed that a couple of years ago. I mean, every single one. It's so cool to have that many people in one spot.
It's really great. It's just starting to kick off. I have a show on Friday at the United Theater, which was the Ace Theater at the Ace Hotel, and they closed the hotel, and now it's the United Theater. And that's my big headlining one on Friday. But it really last night kind of kicked it off. They had Seinfeld's Unfrosted premiere for his new movie that's coming on Netflix about Pop-Tarts. And it was Larry David was there, Gaffigan, Tom Lennon, Nate Bargatze. It was just all of this. Netflix has just created this glory day of comedy. It's just such a great time to be a comic because of Netflix. So they have this festival, and it's every single giant comedian just all competing on the same night. It's really kind of insane.
So when you have that many funny people in one place, and I know that there's different shows and different stages and whatnot, but there's enough of you, I imagine, whether it's dinner, drinks, you're just running into people.
Yeah.
They're all there. What is the dynamic? Are you trying to make the other funny people laugh, or is it one of those things where, if you're, I imagine, a server at a restaurant, you don't want to go home and be like, all right, what can I get you to eat?
Right. There's different, there's different levels, There are people who are super funny, who just kind of just in conversation are making you laugh just kind of on the side. And then there's people that aren't that funny, who are being really loud and trying to be funny, and those are the ones I try and avoid.
Who is the funniest person among, if one comedian's making the other comedians laugh, who is it?
Oh man, I don't know. There's just, they're all so great. That's what's really cool, is that we're all headliners, and then you have this week and a half, 2 weeks of being with each other, because normally we're on our own in different cities doing different stuff. And now, we could all actually hang out and be around is good. It
was 2 years ago Chappelle got attacked at this festival, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Chappelle was attacked at the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm trying to create a staged attack at my show.
You'd get a lot. You go viral.
Get a lot of press.
Huge attention.
I'd get a lot of press, but not a lot of middle-aged women from the Midwest are signing up to do it. And that's really my demo.
It would be tough for you to say something controversial enough, I feel like. I'm familiar with your comedy. You're not... You don't work at Blue a whole lot, and you're not, trying to walk that line of offending people.
No, I'm pretty much talk about everyday life and family life, and the only time people really get mad is if I'm a little too mean in my jokes about my dogs. And then they're like, how dare you? And they haven't even met my dogs, but my audience is so family oriented. They're like, well, your dog isn't making fun of you, so we're on the dog side.
I was listening this morning actually to one of your specials. I'd heard it years ago.
Yeah.
But it was the one that, by the way, this popped up when I was pulling up the thing.
Yeah.
It was directed by Rob Zombie.
Yes, Rob Zombie. He directed 2 of my specials.
I mean this in the nicest possible way. Your vibe and his vibe slightly different.
Yeah, I'm a little more hardcore.
So you're doing a bit though Yeah, exactly. No, I thought there was more. You said
I was trying to stay deadpan longer, but I couldn't do it.
No, it was very solid. But you were talking about your daughters taking over the house at that time, and how every time you leave the house, you're constantly, everyone's questioning you. You have 3 wives,
right?
Essentially, they're older now.
Yes,
they're grown.
They're grown.
How does that dynamic? I've got 2 daughters, 9 and 7. How does that dynamic evolve over time?
It's you have 9 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's prime time. That is really, if I could go back, like that is 9 and 6, 9 and 7. That's really pretty golden, and then they become people with opinions and very little money. So you have to get very involved. I love them to death, but now they're both in college, and I gotta say it's not that bad. Like the kitchen's clean, and I don't have to wear clothes at the house. My dogs are like, "You're one of us now!" Just like running around, and it's pretty great. But my daughter's literally on a plane right now, coming back, and 4 months for summer vacation.
Ooh. So the nakedness now has to stop, at least for the summer.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to play it. I'm trying to figure out how to play it because I don't want them to be there that long. It's like when I would just get a job and stay at college, and that doesn't seem to be their plan. But maybe if you catch Dad walking into the kitchen a couple times, you'd be like, "Yeah, I think it's time to go."
I think just a nice Speedo, a G-string would probably have the same effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little more exposed skin. Yeah. Dad's gone through some changes while you've been away.
Yeah, I haven't been trimming the back hair lately. Do you mind helping me out?
Or the front hair. Yeah.
No, but it is great. That age though, what you're in that's pretty perfect.
Yeah, they do have a lot of opinions, though. The 7-year-old in particular, everything is, why? I don't want to do that.
Right.
Why do I have to go to school? I got a call while I was on the air yesterday in the health office. They're saying, you need to come pick her up. I'm like, I'm in Los Angeles. I've got 2,000 miles to go, and also definitely faking. It's like, what is she? What's wrong with her? They go, well, she has a little bit of a headache. When I was growing up, I'm 43. It was like, unless you were projectile vomiting onto the other students.
That's right.
You stay. Like, one of my core memories was like this kid vomited, and it was like the corn dog from lunch was in it, and they just like slopped it up, and they like moved him over a couple of seats. That was it.
Yeah, exactly. There was no going. Yeah, I would get that call all the time, and I'm like, well, you got to put him down somewhere. Like, where are you going? Do you have a cot? What are you going to do? Because I'm not coming to get him.
Right.
I'm not going to do it.
Is there a softness to the younger generation? They're growing up with everything's easy for them. Whether it's, my kids, when we go on vacation.
Yeah.
And they're like, Dad, I want to watch Netflix. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't happen in this hotel. You have these channels.
Yeah.
You pick one.
Yeah.
That show that's on, that's what you can watch.
Yeah.
Everything is so accessible. It's so easy. They have answers to everything. They know how to Google things.
Yeah.
Are they growing up with too many answers?
Yeah, they know way too much. Like, because you have all of this stuff, they're not as happy. They're not as happy because you can tell when they were in high school, you could tell what was trending on TikTok by what ailment they would walk into the kitchen with. They'd be like, I have restless leg syndrome, and be like, what? And then you hear from the other parents that they all have it. Like, they're sharing their anxiety nonstop on. My daughter came in one day and she goes, we have to prepare for the tsunami. I'm like, what? We live in the hills. What are you? No, you don't understand. If there's an earthquake, then there's a tsunami. And I was like, and we found out all of her friends, it was trending that tsunamis were coming. So they're not as happy. They actually know too much.
The TikTok thing is what scares me.
It's all of it is scary. It's for us too. Like, you have to kind of control what you digest all the time.
No question.
And you just have it on your phone, and it's just, there's no escaping it. But when we were kids, we didn't know much. You just go out and play in the dirt, and you'd make a ramp, and you'd take your bike over it. Yep. And unless somebody like broke their arm to the point where you had to tell a parent, that was your day. You weren't thinking about tsunamis or any kind of diseases. You were just thinking, do you think we can get over that log?
and that's the thing, is that you're concerned now about like the scars that the children are going to have if you let them be exposed to these. We got actual scars.
Yeah.
Like you would actually injure yourself.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like you went to, I never had heard of an urgent care.
No.
I never went to an urgent
You wouldn't
care
go to the
growing up.
Yeah, they'd rub dirt on it.
Right.
Yeah,
just like no, it's open. You know, one band-aid. No, just get the second band-aid the other direction. Now it's closed. It'll heal.
You know, it's interesting. We just heard yesterday that where my kids went to high school, they're dissolving the football team because not enough kids are going out for football because it's too rough, because it's too dangerous. The enrollment for football keeps going down.
So they're just ending it.
So they've got this gorgeous field, lights, bleachers, nothing. They're going to stop it.
You played football growing up.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you'd say that like you were very good.
I was all right.
Yeah. What did you play?
Fullback. I could run with the ball and block. I was like a guard that was a little faster.
Did they let you in those days? Like there was always like the keep your head up, otherwise you're a wuss type of thing.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of head hits to the fullback position, I think.
Yeah, I've got lumps. I've got lumps. I'm a little foggy. Like when you say that your kid was like they have a slight headache. Mm-hmm. It's like, when do you not?
Right.
It
might be all the drinking too.
It could be a lot of that stuff. But yeah, it was really disheartening. Like that there's no football is like that's it. They're just it's gonna go away. It seems weird.
And now it's flag football. Like some of the metrics we get when we're talking about, it's all about ratings on the games and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like the thing we keep being told is we have to figure out how to reach kids because they watch a 15-second video on TikTok of a highlight and they think they watched the game.
Right.
And I see that with my nieces and nephews. It's the same thing where the game's on TV and they're like this.
I know. I hate it though. I don't think you should cater to that. I really don't. Like I'm a big baseball fan. And this speeding up the game is infuriating. I want games to last 5 hours. Like, let it go. Just, I don't need to rush this. And the idea that putting a clock on it is going to shorten it you're going to attract people that don't like baseball because it's shorter by a half hour. That's not going to happen.
My concern, I went to a game last summer. And it was a Twins game in Minneapolis, and it was like a 2-0 game.
Yeah.
The thing was done in 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Ugh.
I had to take 3 children to the bathroom. During that time, I come back, I'm like, it's the 8th inning?
Ridiculous.
All the time of like going and like grabbing a beer, walk around a little bit. We're going to go meet the mascot because that's what the kids care about. You can't do any of it or you just don't see a baseball game.
Want you in and out. I hate it. And I really think if you don't like baseball, you're not coming because it's that much shorter.
Right.
And if you love baseball, you do not want a guy on second in the beginning of the 10th inning.
No, that's right where I played baseball growing up, and that's like where I draw the line of what are we doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Put the guy on second base.
This is a classic game. It's survived for all this time. Just stick to it. You don't cater to people are distracted and watching stuff on their phones. I don't get it.
How much April baseball do you watch?
April, a good amount. A good amount. I have it on all the time.
Because it always seems to me like the season is so long that I find it hard to get really excited about, oh, man, huge win. There's 153 games to go.
I usually start dipping. I go strong in the beginning, and then I usually somewhere in the summer, like maybe right before the All-Star, I start to dip a little bit. I'll lose track of it and then come back. You know what I mean? Like there is like a little bit of a lull. But I just love it. I think it's just always great to have on. It's the best. I really and also I'm a Giants fan in football, so I have no football anymore.
Do you watch the NFL draft? Do you at least first round take a peek?
No, that's what I wanted to ask you. I mean, it seems like we didn't do much, and everyone's angry we didn't get a
Didn't get the quarterback.
Yeah.
Tried to trade up. Everybody thought in the league that was for Drake May.
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy's there. Won the national title in Michigan. They decide take Malik Neighbors from LSU instead.
Yeah.
When you owe your current quarterback $35 million for this season and no one else is going to pay him that, you are boxed in to a certain degree from a resource allocation standpoint.
And that's why I'm watching a lot of baseball in April, because I can't pay attention to the Giants. They've just been so bad. Saquon's gone. It's just, I don't know. Is there any hope?
Saquon going to the Eagles.
I like Tom. Yeah.
There's
Tommy.
You're betting a Tommy DeVito. If you see him on the field this season,
come on.
If you see him out there this season, it's not a good thing.
Well, that's what
that
happened
means
last
something's
year.
gone horribly wrong because he is fighting to be third on the depth chart at this point.
And all of a sudden we're professional wrestling. We just have characters.
I mean, that was his agent, Sean Stellato, somehow becoming more famous, not just than most of the players on the team, than his own client was one of the unexpected. And the thing was with Sean Stellato, he's been this same guy for 20 years. We all know Sean.
Oh, really?
Sean's been an agent forever.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But he just didn't happen to have the Italian quarterback on the Giants who was doing appearances at local pizza places on his off day until last year. Look at him. I mean, that's really him. He already had the suits. He just didn't have the Italian quarterback from the neighborhood.
That's hilarious. I really thought this guy, when I saw him at first, I was like, he's going too far with this character. Like, it's so obvious.
Like too many bracelets right there. The outfits are over the top. No, those were already in his closet. You just hadn't seen him wear them before.
Good for him.
I wanted to quiz you on this. You're not an NFL draft guy, but you're a Giants guy.
Yeah,
so
I can't
big
watch
part of what I do through the draft process, talk to all the teams, to coaches, to scouts.
Yeah.
And you get through not just the football side of things, but the guys have red flags, right? And would you take this guy, your wide receiver, Malik Neighbors? People had to explore. There was a gun incident. Hopefully, none of that in New York. The laws are pretty stringent. But there was, the things you have to sort through. So I want to go through. Okay. Put yourself in the shoes of the general manager.
All right.
And tell me a player you like, but if he had this about him, would you be able to take him?
Got it.
First one, when the plane reaches the gate and you hear the ding, he shoves his way back 4 rows to get his bag and then pushes his way back up the 4 rows.
I don't mind him rushing back to get it.
It's the
return.
Back.
Yeah, you can't come back.
You have no right of way.
No. If I understand the panic, like if you have to put it 5 rows behind you because you were late or whatever, the whole flight I would have anxiety of like, how am I going to get my bag? Because once the flow starts, you're screwed. So I get that, like, jump up, go get it, but you've lost your right of being in the front.
You don't have right away.
No, you don't. So, yeah, you're off my team.
I'm a big wait guy, but wait and make people feel uncomfortable that you're waiting, which you usually do. I do by you stand up, and you can't stand all the way up because you're underneath it. You stand like this and look to the rows behind you. Like, that's going to be, can I get back there? Yeah. That to me is more fair. I don't like the entire, we're all getting off the plane.
I'm big with assisting. I'm big with
helping somebody.
If I see someone sweating, and they're nervous and they can't figure out how they're going to get back, I start creating a squad that's going to get that bag for the person.
See, I only do it if I'm fearful they're actually going to be crushed instantaneously. Because I've had it before that, like, I see someone and they're like trying to push up. I'm like, oh, okay. And they go, I got it. I'm like, all right, well, now I'm going to offend you and I don't want to get canceled for whatever I'm doing here trying to help you just put a bag up.
I don't like the guy when you're on the aisle who stands next to you. They're going to take the window and they just stand with their open mouth waiting for you to realize what's happening. Just say, excuse me, sir. That's all you have to say. Excuse me. Oh, great. Welcome. Come on in. But just and just wait. Those people
That's almost everyone on the plane.
They should be escorted off.
All right, second player. You really like this player, but when he's watching a movie next to you, he's scrolling Instagram and periodically laughing.
Airbuds or no airbuds?
Ooh, let's give him airbuds.
Airbuds.
But still
AirPods.
Laughing at not the funny parts in the movie. Just periodic laughing, making clear he's paying attention to this, not that.
That's okay. That's all right. He's distracted. He's simple. As long as he has good etiquette and I don't have to hear it, I'm cool with it.
All right, third player, he clips his nails in the kitchen.
Ooh. I thought you were going to say on the plane because I've seen that quite a lot.
I've seen that too. Wow. Kitchen to me is
on the plane.
You've seen that on a plane?
I've seen it on a plane. And
the
guy put his tray.
I got nothing but time.
Guy put his tray down, clipped his nails, and put them in like a little pile on the tray.
Like in the little drink indent?
No, then he I don't know what he did with it. If he put them in his pocket or chewed them.
Fingernails are a little bit more acceptable. My first thought was toenails.
Oh, toenails.
And I was like, oh.
Yeah. No, I've never seen someone clipping toenails. I've seen a lot of toenails that need clipping. when people show up with flip
I mean,
flops
bare
on.
feet on a plane. Like, what are we doing?
Bare feet, yeah.
That's everywhere, though.
Stop it.
See, I was trying to go a little more specific. 'Cause that's the
Yeah.
first thing. That irritates me, but it happens on every flight.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I saw shoes off and socks off in the lounge, in the Sky Club. That was on the flight here.
Come on.
It's bad.
It's really bad.
Who are you people?
I think, if you clip your nails anywhere but the bathroom or outside, I could see outside. But yeah, flossing and all these things are meant for in the bathroom.
All right, I got a couple more.
Okay.
When he's staying in a hotel, he makes his bed every morning.
Ooh. Well,
I do that.
Yeah, I know.
I do that too.
They do it.
I do it
You
too.
make the bed all the way tucked.
Not tucked,
Not like tucked, just pull the covers over.
like a casual one.
Yeah.
We do that.
Yeah, you put the thing over because if you don't, you're leaving like the air. You're not. It's not going to be an inviting bed to return to.
Yeah, see? Yeah, you're coming
And you
back
don't
for
want
it, too.
housekeeping in there every day.
I feel like I'd be offending them by being like, I can do this. I can do your job.
So you get housekeeping every day?
I like to.
Oh, I don't.
Didn't get it
Do you
yesterday.
tip every
Had
day?
no towels this morning. What am I supposed to do?
Do you
How many
tip every
towels
day?
did you use?
I try to tip every day. If I miss a day, I'll do like the larger tip the second day.
That's good.
I tip at the end.
If you want to tip,
The end.
well, if they're coming in every day, you should.
No, I don't let them come in every day.
Yeah, you're
So I
just
tip the
doing.
end.
You're just
Yeah.
making a mess.
Yeah, you're getting
you
a-
have to tip because
Yeah.
now it's filled with pizza boxes
Yeah,
and
exactly.
coffee
That's
cups.
exactly
It was 3 days worth of trash in my Detroit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
I
believe
had
3
to
of the
leave
5
or
people in this room make their bed every morning at the hotel.
You know why? We're good boys.
I
boys.
guess,
See?
apparently.
We're
All right,
raised
I got
right.
2 more for you.
And you fluff the pillows.
All right, when the waiter comes over, he goes, I'm not ready. You guys go. As if you didn't have enough time to fully take in the menu in the 10 minutes you've been sitting there waiting.
Oh, you mean the person I'm dining with?
Correct, yes.
Says I'm going to need more time?
Just to be like, oh, no, I'm not ready. Yeah, you guys
Oh,
go.
you mean my
They
wife.
always have to answer.
You mean my wife.
Always have to order last. Every time.
My wife.
Will
Yeah.
you take this player?
Yeah.
If he's this guy.
My wife is always shocked that they're going to ask, would you like something to drink first? Never heard it before. She's in a restaurant 3 times a week, every single time. Would you like something? Would you get you started with something to drink? I'm going to need more time. If it's not someone you're married to and sleeping with, they're off the team.
All right, last one. You really like the player, but he's never seen Jaws.
Ooh. You know what? I hate to say it, but we're going to keep them because
See?
that's an age thing. We've reached a point where Jaws and The Godfather are no longer required watching for men.
Jaws 1975.
And The Godfather was like 78.
72.
No, 72.
72,
Yeah.
74. Yeah, it's no longer like when you'd be like, you never saw The Godfather. Now you're an old man.
I've seen The Godfather, still not seen Jaws. These guys kill me
these
on all the
guys-
movies I haven't seen.
He had a lot
so
of
I had
movie holes.
assignments
A lot
last
of
time I
movie
was out here
holes,
hosting, and I rolled through Silence of the Lambs.
Right.
And that was
And a variety of
mandatory.
other. I can't remember what else was on that list.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
Terminator,
Hunt for Red
Predator or
October.
something, yeah.
Well, we're talking about athletes
Top
that you
Gun.
want on your team. You want young, strong guys, and if they haven't seen Jaws, that makes sense. But as the host of a show, you should be fired.
Yeah. So you got Netflix is a Joke Comedy Fest. That's Friday.
Friday.
You've got Dodgers Comedy Night.
Dodgers Comedy Night with Cedric the Entertainer. We're doing a big show. And I have a big show, if I may, in Washington, D.C. on June 15th. I'm taping my next Netflix special.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
at the Warner Theater.
All right.
So I've got, if people want to come and watch that,
When will that come out on Netflix?
probably in the fall.
Beautiful. I'll
Yeah.
be watching.
Yeah, it'll be
Appreciate
great.
it. And TomPapa.com or NetflixIsAJokeFest.com for tickets, right?
Yes. Giants.
Hopefully. That's
Should
what
I
it says
watch
on the
football
card.
or should I come back to football or no?
Oh,
You're the
please.
guy.
Yeah. No, bring it on. What do you got?
Giants.
Do you have any final thoughts?
Do I have a team? Or is it just going to be more misery?
There are people that are going to be wearing uniforms that say Giants on them. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah.
Tom,
Great.
thank you very much for being here, man.
Thanks,
we
Tom. I
appreciate it.
appreciate it.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.